we're not blaming Jimmy Garoppolo for this loss. And I don't know if a lot of people did or if that was I feel like a lot of people rushed to Jimmy Garoppolo's defense first thing after the loss. And I think that's fair because he essentially is playing as well as he can and has the first 3 weeks of the season.
I agree with that. And here's the reason why I don't blame him. When I say I don't blame him, it's not like if you told me to assign a blame pie, there isn't some amount of blame that goes to Jimmy Garoppolo. The reason I can is because when I have certain expectations for somebody and they live up to exactly their expectations, I'm not going to sit here and jump around and say, ha ha ha, Jimmy Garoppolo is exactly who I thought he was, because he is exactly who I thought he was. And if you told
Every
me
week.
that game was going to if that game was going to play out the exact way that it played out, I could have told you that he would have turned the ball over twice. He's also shown that he is clutch, he is resilient, and he did drive them down the field, and he did do that to his credit.
He had like 3 of
Absolutely.
those drives in him every game, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he also missed a lot of throws that I could have told you he would have missed too if you forced him to drop back the way that game forced him to drop back. So, like, and the fumble, sure, it was a Mark Sanchez butt fumble level of catastrophe. It was horrible. It was pathetic. It's not getting talked about enough
He threw
how
the ball
bad it was. It was
backwards.
disgusting. But
Backwards.
yeah, backwards. I mean, there's no words for it. But again, we've seen so many boneheaded decisions from him. Like, people are ready to jump on these things where don't blame him for being exactly who he knew he was. We know who Jimmy Garoppolo is. We know what he's good at. We know what he's bad at. And we saw what he's good at and what he's bad at just as much as anything yesterday. And I'm not going to sit here and run around and jump around saying that the Niners, saying that Jimmy Garoppolo should get benched, all of these things, because I felt that he shouldn't have started before the season. I mean, I didn't predict it, but I thought the best option would be going with Trey Lance. That was my opinion. And I'm not going to jump around and jump on the bandwagon when Garoppolo does the things I expected. Like the interception, I don't feel it was his fault.
Fair.
I thought it was a great play by a great player.
Fair.
You're a backside corner in quarters and you run to a far hash. Like, sure, if
It's a
Trey
great
Lance
play.
throws that ball, does that get picked off? No, because he throws the ball way harder and way flatter through the air than Jimmy. But Jimmy's arm strength, is it a problem we've discussed before? Yes or no, Grant? We've talked about it. We know that's a limitation.
It's a limiting
When
factor.
when you have two safeties playing split safety 10 yards from the ball so they can fit every single run and essentially have a 9-man box for the run, and you're throwing slants over the middle of the field because that's all you can do, trying to get Deebo Samuel killed, trying to get Brandon Ayuk killed. Is that Jimmy Garoppolo's fault? No, because that's what he can do. And we know what his limitations are. And we know the league is kind of caught up to his limitations. And if you're unable to protect him with a run game and a defense like you did in 2019, right? This game in 2019, the Niners probably win because the defense was so good. Yeah, exactly. But it's not like that. And he played that same exact caliber that he played in 2019. And more or less, that's where I can't jump on him and be like, yes, Jimmy Garoppolo is the reason they lost, because they have opportunities today. He doesn't start himself. We know real quick.
He had 2 turnovers. They scored 3 points off of him. Now that he doesn't get the defense stepped up, but technically those turnovers didn't lose the game. And what's to me sums up Jimmy Garoppolo perfectly is the end of the game. He throws the ball backwards. Okay. He freaking throws it backwards. That should lose the game right there. But he gets a little bit of luck. His defense comes through. They force a field goal, and then he responds and has a great drive and plays really well. He doesn't go in the tank. He's resilient. But so he's like bad and good mixed with a lot of luck. That's Jimmy Garoppolo. And he should have thrown that game away with the backward pass. That was it.
His physical limitations have been apparent. I don't get it, Grant. I don't get it at this point. Like, to me, this is the kind of game that sums up
why Nick Mullins last year.
It's the same discussion. This is why I wasn't jumping on Nick Mullins, because I was like, what do you expect Nick Mullins to do? He is Nick Mullins for a reason. He's only so talented. Like,
the difference between Nick Mullins and Jimmy Garoppolo is their bank account, their jawline, and a little bit of arm strength and
he's more gifted,
quality.
Straight up.
But basically, we're talking about the same limitations here.
Yeah, but I think Mullins has a few more limitations.
Well, of course, a lot. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just saying it's a similar conversation. We did it all throughout last year. They would lose. People would pile on the quarterback, and we'd be like, "Hey, man, I mean, yeah, he didn't play well, but there's a lot of things going on here." Same thing here. They lost a game. Jimmy Garoppolo was not one of the main reasons they lost it.
Look,
and it's easy to go to the quarterback after a loss.
It's easy to go to the quarterback. Like, when a quarterback is capable of winning that game, I'd go on the quarterback. Garoppolo is just not that player. And I think a lot of people
As soon as
think
they
he's
fell
that player
behind, they
for
looked bad.
reasons.
Yeah.
But look, the way he played in yesterday's game is the same way he played in 2019 in a lot of different games. And they won those games. So people were like, Garoppolo's so good. Garoppolo's amazing. Garoppolo's the best. Ha ha ha. They beat Arizona on the Jeff Wilson touchdown. He took him down at the end. But he also threw that boneheaded pick to Jordan Hicks. He threw it through his chest. 2 minutes, 2 drives before that. And you know what? The defense bailed him out in that situation, and the defense made a few key stops. The Niners win, and it's Garoppolo up. And now, because the defense and run game doesn't come through for him, it's Garoppolo down, when really it's been Garoppolo medium the entire time. And this team has been about the defense and the run game. And unfortunately, they're not as good as they were in 2019.